Oh, awesome. Hey, everybody. How are you doing? It's Jono from Seneca here. Thanks very much for joining this live stream for GCSE Design Technology. And thanks to everyone who came to the GCSE Edexcel business live stream. You can catch it. It's on YouTube now, so you can watch it retrospectively if you missed it. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling about the exam tomorrow? I'm sure you're really happy it's Friday and you get a nice week off with half term. Make sure you do a little bit of revision though. Over that break, use that time effectively because then it's time for summer. Okay, so the good news about GCSE Design Technology is you've already done 50% of the exam. So you've already got 50% of your marks before you even get in there. And if you hate D&T, don't worry, by the end of it, you're gonna love it. You're gonna be so excited for the exam. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but hey, what can we do? So what I thought we'd do today is we are gonna run through some tips and tricks with the exam, so you know the format, you know what to expect. And then we're gonna go over some past questions and some predicted papers. Okay, I see requests for smart materials. They are going to be coming up. They're in one of the questions we're going to go over. So we are going to go through that. Any other requests, let me know, and I'll do my best to get through as much as we can. Okay, so thanks for everyone. Keep those comments coming in. For those of you who've been to the live streams before, you'll be happy to know that we have the gong. It is here. It is here. I know. It's exciting stuff. So for any right questions, we are going to, you'll get a hit of the gong, but there's like another office just there and they keep looking over at me like, what is this weird guy doing who I always see making coffee? So I will try and keep it. I'll keep it a little bit down, but it's still gonna be fun. So let's talk over the exam and the paper. So important things to remember, there are three core things that are assessed. It's going to be core technical principles, specialist technical principles, and designing and making principles. Now, 15% of the exam will accept maths, so expect a lot of maths questions in there. The good news is you do get a calculator. So you can bring a calculator into the exam to help you with the maths. The type of stuff you need to know how to do, you need to know how to convert centimeters to millimeters. So 1 centimeter is 10 millimeters. You need to know how to do averages. So add them all together and divide by how many there are, all that kind of stuff. So expect roughly 15% of the questions to be on maths and 10% of them will be on science. And then, so it's a 2-hour paper and it's 50% of the GCSE, and there are 3 sections, sections A, B, and C. Sections A and B are worth 50 marks and section C is worth 50 marks. So you want to split your time around 50-50 between sections A and B and section C to make sure you get everything done. So things you need to take into the exam, make sure you have writing and drawing instruments, a calculator, and a protractor. You need to be able to, you might have to draw some angles or measure some angles, okay? So section A, we're gonna go over some predicted questions for section A in just a little bit, but it's a combination of short answer and multiple choice questions. For those short answer questions, make sure you look at how many marks are available as you get 1 point per mark. Okay, I'm jealous of whoever's eating biscuits. I wish I had some biscuits right now. I might get some after this. So sections B and C, now that's a little bit different. That is, the questions are level marks, so it's not just a mark per point. So you've got to look out for the question to see what it wants. So if some questions ask for examples, you need to give examples or you can't get into that top band. So that's what it is. So make sure you read the question and know what's coming. So what else do we need to know for this exam? Let me have a little, let's get into it. So you need to give detailed descriptions and you need to be accurate and talk about all of the stages that are involved in a process. And then for section C, you need to have, section C can have some long, beastie questions. So you need to have well-described and justified analysis containing full evaluation, drawing conclusions, having considered both positive and negative factors. So there's often like a kind of like an essay question at the end of section C, which will ask you to evaluate something. So if you want to be getting into the 7, 8s, and 9s, you've got to make sure that you are giving a full evaluation. So you talk about the positives and the negatives, draw conclusions, all those kind of good things. Okay, so that was a very quick run through on the paper and what to expect. So 3 sections, 2 hours, spend an hour on sections A and B and an hour on section C. Keep a look on those timings. Yeah, we will go over some of the 12 markers a little bit later. We'll finish that. So keep those questions coming in and I'll do my best to answer as many as I can in this 30-minute live stream. So let me share my screen with you guys. And what we will do is we will go over some predicted questions. We'll start with some multiple choice because that's just a nice way to get through a bunch of content. And we can be quick, it'll be rapid fire. I want you guys to get involved and have a go at answering the questions. Well, it's a good, multiple choice is good because it's a nice way to get through a lot of content in a short space of time. So in terms of important equations, make sure you know how to do averages. So add up all of the values and then divide by how many there are. That's important. Oh, wow, you guys are so quick. You are so on it. Really, really good. So the stimulus needed for photochromic light, for photochromic pigment exchange light is UV light. I'm going to do a little gong right now because I didn't even need to ask for the answers. So really, really good job. So photochromic, think about photo, it comes from light. Easy to remember. You guys have got it. So what class of lever is a seesaw? Can you guys tell me that? So that's a nice little picture of a seesaw. Really good. It's a class 1 lever. The key thing to remember with levers, a class 1 lever, the pivot is in the middle. A second class lever, the pivot is at one end of it and the load is in the middle. And for a third class lever, the pivot is in the same place as a second class lever, it's at the end, but the load is at the end of the seesaw, not the middle, okay? Really, really good, straight in there. Ability to withstand scratching is the, oh, it's not, this is a important differentiation to make. So the ability to withstand scratching it's actually the hardness, it's not the toughness. This is really important. You don't want to make this mistake tomorrow. So the hardness is the ability to withstand scratching, whereas toughness is how well the material can resist fractioning when force is applied. So remember that difference for tomorrow. You don't want to be making that mistake. So next, Celine Dion has designed an alarm for people with visual impairments. It alerts them when the alarm goes off with a physical visual stimulus. So what is the output of the system? Let me know, what is the output of the system? If the alarm goes off with a physical visual stimulus and it alerts them via, what's it going to be? Let me know on the chat. Okay, whoever said light, that was the I thought that was the photochromic pigment answer. So you need to so Selena's designed an alarm for people with visual impairments. It alerts them when the alarm goes off with a physical visual stimulus. So it's a physical visual stimulus. So what do people think? So people saying beeping, people are saying the flashing light. So it's actually a vibrating alert, okay? So the reason the alarm is designed for individuals with visual impairment, so they won't be able to see the flashing light. When the alarm goes off with a physical visual stimulus, physical means like something moving, so it's got to be vibrating. So make sure you read those questions carefully to make sure you're getting those marks, okay? So which sentence best describes smart materials? So this was a requested topic. So what are smart materials? So think about like a smart mattress or a smart pillow or something like that. And it's something that, does anyone know what a smart material is? I was about to give away the answer. I was like, I'm not giving it away that easily. So people are saying it's the second one. Really, really good. Kai, Jay, really, really good. All you guys are killing it. Very good. So it's Nice little gift to celebrate the end of the first set of questions. Really good. So material which reacts to its environment and returns to its original form. Really good. You guys are doing great. Really, really good. So that is what a smart material is. It always returns to its original form. So remember that for your exam tomorrow. Yes, the answer is 2. We know it's 2. You don't need to post 2 100 times, but you can if you want. Safe space. Okay. Really good job on those multiple choice questions, guys. You guys should be doing, you guys should be feeling very confident for tomorrow. And we'll be going over some later questions in a second. Next, we're just going to do a few more multiple choice just to kind of keep everything nice and fresh. So which statement below is true? Who can let me know? Which of the following is true? Let me know on the chat. Very good. It is balsa is from a hardwood tree. Really, really good. Ionic blade, also great name. Iron is an alloy. It's not an alloy, it's a mixture of metals. So that's the key thing to remember. Iron is a pure element, so it's not an alloy. Primary packaging is a frequent use of corrugated cardboard. No, primary packaging is normally something like plastic or something like that. Wool is a synthetic fiber. Wool comes from a sheep. So unless you know any fake sheep running around, wool is a natural fiber. So what fiber is made into an entirely natural textile? So cotton would be a good answer, really good. People who are shouting that out. But out of these options, what is the best answer? Elastane, polyamide, polyester, or silk? Really good, Emma. It's silk. Killing it. Really, really good. You guys are on it. You guys are killing it. Gongiendo, gongiendo, soft gongs. There is a very angry lady outside, but it's fine. Just gonna smile through it. Yeah, silk is natural from silkworms. Really, really good job. Which of the following is an alloy? Hit me up. Which of these is an alloy? I just gave the definition for an alloy, so you should hopefully remember it's a mixture of 2 or more metals. That's what makes an alloy an alloy. Really good, Kai. It is steel, stainless steel. So that's iron that's mixed with stuff like carbon, and it makes it stronger. You guys are on it. You guys are on it. Really, really good. Stainless steel is the alloy that we want. Other ones include like bronze, nickels. Those are all alloys. Remember, alloy is a mixture of metals. So which one of these statements is correct? Let me know. Dramatic pause, dramatic pause, dramatic pause. I'm waiting. Which of the following is correct? We've got a few for 2. Yeah, really good. A lamp is an output component. Really, really good. So output component is something that gives out. Lamp gives out light. A buzzer gives out a sound. So it's an output component. And microcontroller is going to be like a switchboard. So all good. Okay, corrugated cardboard. What is that frequently used for? Out of this, yeah, boxes. Really good, Rayanne. Which one of these is the best answer? Packaging, boxes. Really, really good. You guys are killing it. Okay, so that was a nice little warm-up to get us nice and peppy for the exam tomorrow. Now we're going to go into section C. Now, section C is worth 50 marks, so it's an important section. And I hope you guys appreciated the gift. Thank you, Jay. So this kind of question is guaranteed to come up. So there's always going to be a question that's going to get you to evaluate some kind of product. So we're going to go over a smartphone and how to do it. I know, section C, don't worry, you guys are going to love section C by the end of it. So the first question is going to be something like you'll get given a product. So we're going to go over a smartphone and you'll be told its specification. So this one's lightweight, good battery, wireless charging, all that stuff. And then it's going to ask you to evaluate the smartphone with relation to the suitability to the target market. So we know that the target market is teenagers and adults, and we know the specification. So all we have to do is apply the target market to these specification points. Okay. If we've got time, we'll do some section B questions, but we're going to do section C first because it's got the most marks. So evaluate the smartphone with relation to its target market. So we want to use those specification points and say how they apply to that target market. So the stylus pen makes it easier to use the product. Really, really good, nice, easy functionality. So it's water resistant, so it won't break easily. Important. I've fallen into a river before, and I wish my phone had been waterproof. It would have saved me having to get a new phone. So was I a teenager at the time? I was a young adult, but still at heart a teenager. Really good. That's a really good point. The phone is optimized for gaming for teenagers. Really, really good. Another point is that the dual SIM slot means business people can require one phone for personal and business calls. Because remember, the target market also includes adults. So it's all really good. We've also got, what else do we have? The product has a battery for life, so the battery won't need to be replaced. Really good. So what is good about that is that if you're a teenager or a young adult and you're buying a phone, you won't have to replace the battery. So really, really good. It's going to last you a long time. What do we have next? So next we have to evaluate the smartphone with relation to its ergonomics. This word they love to use in design and technology. Ergonomics is like the efficiency of the product, okay? Okay, and for people asking about 1250 markers, we'll get to those a little bit later, don't worry. So the phone has a large RAM for speed, so RAM stands for random access memory, so it won't slow down over time. The phone has a wireless charging facility for convenience, so again, it makes it very efficient. And the stylus pen can make it more comfortable for you, so it's easier to write, which is always great. The phone is lightweight, so it's easy to carry around. Fab. So that's the kind of thing you're going to want to be talking about with relation to ergonomics. Okay, so it's efficiency. Really good, Emma. Yeah, it's lightweight, easy to carry around, good functionality. So we've got that specification coming up again because we've got another question, and then we want to evaluate the smartphone with relation to the function of the product. And this is the exact format of questions you're going to get in your exam, and it'll be on a similar product. So you already know what you're going to expect. So the product has a large touchscreen for watching films or playing games, so that's really good because we know it's optimized for gaming. So having a big screen is good for the phone. Also, the phone has stereo speakers, so the product sounds loud, so you don't need any headphones. Although, if you want to listen with headphones, don't play it out loud on your phone. Everyone's got different tastes in music and might not want to hear it. It has a fast download speed, so it's easier to use, and also it's optimized for gaming. You might need to like download stuff for that. I'm not a big gamer, I don't know, but if you can argue a point, you can do it. It's all about confidence. Just think of the point and how it relates, and you will be fine. Okay, so that is how this question is guaranteed to come up. Probably with a different product, but at least you know how to structure it. Okay, next, let's go. Yeah, we're going into a new section. We're going to go over another question. So again, smartphone. Okay, let me find a longer question, because that is what the people want. What the people want, the people get. Okay, so let's start with this one. What does market pull mean, everybody? So it's when products meet consumer needs or wants. An example of market pull is a selfie stick, which was used because consumers wanted to take selfies from a small distance. Okay. So user involvement groups, that's when you get a bunch of consumers together and you get them to like try out a product and see if they like it, see if it works for them, all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to see where the longer questions are. Is there one at the end of this? So again, user involvement groups. That's a nice little, cute little selfie. Oh, where should we pick? Should we go for Spain or Bolivia? Have a think. Let me know. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Let me know on the chat, and then I'll pick one. Spain. Okay, straight in there. Okay, everyone's loving Spain. Let's do it. We're going to Ibiza. Maybe you should go to Ibiza over summer for a little party to celebrate end of exams. Bolivia, a bit late. Sorry, Rohan, but Spain was, people were keen for Spain. I believe it's meant to be really fun though. It's got really good salt flats if you're into nature and that kind of stuff. Japan. Thank you for whoever was watching the last episode, because Japan was there. Let's go over CAD. CAD is really common, and I think there might be a longer question coming up. So, why do designers use computer-aided design programs? Can you give me 3 reasons why we use CAD programs? Help in design. Yep, they can help in design. Where is that? Yep, 1, the file can be sent to a CAD machine, really good. Any other ones? Yep, we can, product can be tested online, really good. Yep, 1, 2, and then single users can edit the same. Not 5. It's a product can be tested online. Those are 3 really good reasons for using CAD. So this is a longer question, so we're going to go over how to structure these so you can go in feeling nice and confident tomorrow. Explain how Apple, Dyson, and Zara have influenced the areas of design they are known for, where possible, reference their work, their style, and their philosophy, and other factors to back up your opinions. So this kind of question, you really need to deconstruct the question and make sure you answer all components. They're level marked. So to get the full amount to get all of the marks available, you need to talk about all of the different components. So I would even just next to the question, just write out work, style, philosophy, other factors, and then each time you talk about one of those, just tick it off to make sure you have covered all of them. And that's right, you need to know 2 companies and designs. So we've just done 3 here, so we can cover as much content as we can. Yep, Zara is a clothes company. They do good clothes. So Apple, some facts about Apple. It was founded by Steve Jobs in the USA and making computers, and now it's famous for mobile phones and tablets. It's known for being the market leader for bringing out new technologies. So again, we've referenced their work, we've referenced their style, and we've referenced their philosophy. So market leader for bringing out new technologies. So for Dyson, that was set on Britain by James Dyson and is famous for their vacuum cleaners. So that's their work. And it was the first to develop a bagless vacuum cleaner. And cyclone technology. So we're talking about their philosophy and their USPs. So they have less suction. Zara is a Spanish company that uses just-in-time production. So people were talking about manufacturing. So just-in-time production is when things are made just as they are required. Okay. So Zara have worked with Greenpeace since 2011 to reduce toxins and pollution from its clothing. So that's also talking about the brand's philosophy and stuff like that. And so that is how you want to be answering those questions, cover all of the bases and make sure that all parts of the questions are answered. So just tick off little things as you go. Okay, so let's see if we've got some more questions. So again, there's going to be some lots of math questions in this paper. We're not going to go over them just because going over math is boring. So that I would say brings us towards the end of this revision episode. Do we have any more last minute questions that people want to go over before we? Very good. I think it is. That was really good. I think it is cartridge paper. Is special cartridge paper cost 10p. So yeah, section B, manufacture. Okay, lots of requests for manufacturing. I'll see what I can do. In the meantime, just let's remember that remember the different sections of the paper. 3 sections. It's a 2-hour paper. So remember to split your time evenly between sections A and B, so an hour in sections A and B and an hour in section C, because that is where the marks are. That's where you're going to find the marks, okay? Remember for the longer answer questions, if it's an evaluate question, you need to give both positives and negatives, give a balanced argument, always important. Any kind of evaluate question, you need to be balanced. Remember that there's going to be 15% of the questions are going to be on math So make sure you've got your calculator with you, take a protractor into the exam, because you might need to measure angles, and make sure you can recognize like right angles, like 90-degree angles, 180-degree angles, that's a straight line. So again, advices for exam technique, I would say make sure that you watch the timing, so spend an hour, make sure you, again, that timing is really important. So an hour in sections A and B, sections, and then an hour in section C. Make sure you label all of the diagrams that you draw, really important. And I was looking at the exam reports for the paper, and a lot of the times one of the key feedback points was students miss some important information in the stem of the question. So make sure you read the question carefully, and because it makes what is the focus of the question? Is it on the consumer? Is it on the product? Is it on the style? Anything like that. So just make sure you read the stem of the question really carefully to make sure you are answering what you need, okay? So that would be my tips for exam technique, and make sure you are, make sure you go in prepared, taking all your drawing equipment. If you're doing something, if a lot of the times you have to draw out the different stages of different processes, so make sure you get the stages in the right order, and you can't get the top level marks unless you're giving all of the stages in the right order. And yeah, I think you guys were absolutely killing it on the multiple choice questions. You know your stuff. Just remember to read the questions carefully, and not make any silly mistakes in the heat of the moment. Okay. So best of luck for tomorrow. Make sure you get a good night's sleep. Stay happy and healthy during the exam period if you can. I know it's hard. Because it's exhausting, and you've already had like 2 weeks of exams, but it's getting towards the end. Best of luck for your studies. Thank you very much for joining this revision episode. I hope it was useful. Again, last question. So the type Balsa is a hard word, and types of math questions. Make sure you can do averages. So the mean, make sure you know about the different angles you can expect to see. So right angles, 180-degree angles, that kind of thing. And then just like that would be my tips. Best of luck for tomorrow, guys. Good luck, and I hope you've enjoyed these live streams. Let me know what else you want to see. We'll be probably having a little break next week for half term, but let us know what is going to be useful, and best of luck for your studies. Good luck. See you on the next one. Bye, guys.